Meantime, the president and top defense officials are calling the removal of Captain Brett Crozier from the USS Theodore Roosevelt appropriate. One America's Tali Letoi explains.
I thought it was inappropriate for the captain of a ship to do. I don't want to comment as to whether or not, but I agree with their decision 100%.
President Trump echoes support for the Navy's decision to relieve the commander-in-chief on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt. Saturday, the president condemned Captain Brett Crozier for leaking his request letter intended for top officials to the media. In the letter, Crozier urged top Navy leaders to remove the majority of personnel to self-isolate after more than 100 sailors tested positive for COVID-19. Crozier expressed his fear of further spread due to the large number of sailors living in confined space aboard the carrier, in which isolating sick individuals was nearly impossible. The captain also wrote if the Navy didn't act, they would fail their sailors. But the president called his actions to leak it to at least 20 media outlets inappropriate.
I thought it was terrible what he did. To write a letter? I mean, this isn't a class on literature. This is a captain of a massive ship that's nuclear powered.
President Trump also criticized Crozier for making a port stop in Vietnam in the midst of the ongoing pandemic.
He could call and ask and suggest, but he stopped in Vietnam. A lot of people got off the boat. They came back and they had infection.
However, defense officials have defended the warship's port call as a reasonable decision made back in February, when just over a dozen cases were reported in the country. The president's remarks come just days after Crozier was relieved from his command. Top military officials claim he had exercised poor judgment in the way he broadly distributed his letter.
But it was copied to 20 or 30 other people. Okay? That's just not acceptable.
At the same time, acting Navy Secretary Thomas Modly describes it as one of the hardest things he has ever had to do, but that Crozier's actions sent shockwaves throughout the ship. However, the action by Crozier has continued to receive mixed reactions, with some saying the move was the right thing to do.
Let me tell you something. He sacrificed his career. He knew what was going to happen here when he sent that letter. But what was most important to him were the lives, the safety, and the well-being of 4,000 men and women who operate that nuclear aircraft carrier.
Despite the back and forth, lawmakers in both chambers of Congress are calling for a formal investigation into Crozier's firing, as well as the ship's outbreak. They say it's essential to conduct the probe to avoid any potential conflicts of interest within its chain of command. Meanwhile, more than 220,000 people have signed a petition for the Navy to reinstate Captain Crozier. Tali Letoi, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.